Pro-life leader Frank Pavone here, bringing you my daily diary segment. What did I do from Thursday the 31st of October through Sunday the 3rd of November? Of course, it was the final weekend before the election, and let me just tell you what I did each day. So Thursday the 31st, starting off early with some desk work, and then at 8 a.m. I had a Zoom call with some legislators from around the country who asked me to address them, and this was arranged through one of the representatives of the RNC. Had a very good time with them for over an hour, answering questions, giving some spiritual reflections of encouragement. I had work at my desk revolved around the following kind of topics, most of it email. Work on our travel log, which is one of our key mailings, trip follow-up, media outreach, planning administrative meetings, working on the offer of advertising that we give to pro-life groups, making trip plans for upcoming trips. Our radio spots, we offer them to different radio stations, did a little work with staff on that. Organized a special email to the voters in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, where there was a special victory there, an extension of the early voting, and of course we know Pennsylvania was a great victory. Ballot initiatives, work, final measures in fighting these abortion ballot measures. My column for Newsmax, getting that finalized, dealing with interview requests. My special monthly note to the organizers of our Silent No More campaign around the country, our regional coordinators. Also some work with the staff regarding the Silent No More YouTube. And finally, having one of my staff place a book order. 10 a.m. I was here in the studio doing the live scripture broadcast. Back to the desk with work like I just mentioned. 12:30 taped here in the studio one of our I guess it would be our final episode of the special on the state ballot measures. If you want to see all 9 episodes, go to votervideos.org. Back to my desk after that and wrote some columns, some final opinion pieces, getting ready for the election. 3 o'clock back in the studio for a live time of prayer with the Rosary and the Chaplet. Lots of people joining in fervent prayer for the elections, and of course those prayers were answered. Worked on an appeal letter after that, giving approval with our writing staff, and then also writing my note for the Silent No More campaign, which I mentioned. Working into the later afternoon, started getting end-of-day updates from staff, and then at 6:30 I took my daily walk while getting an administrative update from Mark. Had a quick dinner, and then 8 o'clock did a live show here in the studio, Praying for America. People were very, very, very eager to tune in, of course, as the election was so close. Updated some thank you texts for the new month of November. Friday, November 1st, likewise, started out early at my desk and with the staff meetings that I had to have at the beginning of the day, meetings with our website and reception department, with our social media and communications department, and also with our social media and website department together. So I had those series of meetings quickly in the early morning together with the overall staff briefing. Some of the work at my desk involved our advertising for pro-life groups, social media posting, our online liturgical resources for clergy, the 30-day prayer guide to the election, getting the final prayers of that in order and ready to send out. Communicating with staff who are preparing Christmas card data, inserts for special letters going to our donors. Let's see, some work on last minute early voting encouragement, sending out all kinds of messages to voters about that. Approval of emails for Priests for Life and also for our Silent No More campaign. Working with the team on the broadcast schedule for the coming week, and also working on our Patriot Mobile sponsorship agreement with the relevant staff. 10 o'clock, I was here in the studio, Scripture Live broadcast. Right after that, had another interview for about an hour with a podcaster, wanted to talk to me. He had been seeing some of my election videos and really liked them and introduced me to his audience. And then when that was finished, it was lunchtime. I decided to go up the street to one of my favorite restaurants, and while having lunch there, had a phone call with our vice chairman, did some strategic planning. Came back to my desk, a little bit more work, and then 2 o'clock, a regular phone call with our finance director, just getting some updates, more work at my desk. 3 o'clock in here for the live rosary and chaplet, again, very well attended prayer session, and then in the afternoon, finished up work at my desk, got end of day updates from staff, and worked on some of those other things I mentioned to you. Had a quick dinner, and then live broadcast in the evening, praying for America right here in the studio. Then we got into the weekend, Saturday and Sunday spent both here actually, because I wanted to be available for breaking news regarding the elections and just the outreach to voters that we're doing via broadcasting and emails and everything. So the second, there at my desk early, some of the topics, media requests, arranging for that, trip planning for upcoming trips, the pastoral team meeting plan, we'll be having that meeting shortly, travelogue work, that's again the, every month we send out every newsletter. 1 month it's called the newsletter, 1 month it's called the travelogue, and then communicating with staff about some day-to-day ordinary things like office supplies and so forth, just getting some updates or giving them some guidance on that. 10 o'clock, live scripture broadcast right here from the studio. And then the rest of the day just working on a lot of planning for the coming days and making sure we're leaving no stone unturned in terms of the outreach we make to the voters and to the other pro-life leaders. And then Sunday the 3rd, very much a lot of the same, although being a Sunday, extra time for prayer and worship, of course. The donor birthday card supply, had to communicate with staff about that. Special messages going out to our supporters from Dr. Alveda King, did some work on that. Plans for upcoming trips, and also plans for our online clergy seminar called the Good Shepherd Project. Some work on that as well. And then various broadcasting during the course of the day. I don't know if I mentioned on Saturday, there was also the afternoon prayer. Let's see, did I mention this? No, Saturday there was the afternoon prayer broadcast at 3, and then the evening live broadcast at 8. Same thing on Sunday. The 10 a.m. it was the live scripture broadcast, then more work at my desk, quick lunch. 1:50, I had a live Newsmax interview, and of course we were talking about voting. We were talking specifically about the Catholic vote on that particular interview. And then at 3 o'clock, I was back in here for the live prayer broadcast. And then just quiet work the rest of the day, again zeroed in on assisting our entire operation to be reaching more voters, as many as possible, in the final hours before the election. That's what I did on those days, October the 31st through November the 3rd. Hope your days are blessed and fruitful. And brothers and sisters, as we work for the unborn, let the joy fill our souls, because life is a joyful gift. Saving life is a joyful work. God bless you.